Internet. Internet.
Yep. How we doing today, people? I didn't know there'd be a stream. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I woke up kind of early-ish. I was in M.Dot's stream. I think he's still live, but he should be ending soon. But yeah, if I'm being totally honest, like my allergies were kicking in. For whatever reason, my eyes are really tired, so my plan is to stream till 2 my time, so that's another 2 hours essentially. But depending on how the first hour goes, I might I might call it early. We'll see. But how you guys doing? How you guys doing? We got Cox and Jaden on Twitch. We got Dominic, Ezio doesn't game our alt. We got Crisp in the chat. We got Derek on TikTok as well. Yeah, so we're not going to be pulling Kuroo. I do have like 17,000 diamonds, like 40-ish tickets, and I think my pity is like 130 or something like that. So unfortunately, I can't get him guaranteed. And again, like I said, you know, a couple streams ago, I'm going fully free to play now at this point with this game. So we're just gonna do a quick review of him, and then we'll just do my dailies. We might do a couple club contest runs because I did get 8.2 million, but I feel like I could have done better. So that's pretty much gonna be the vibe for the stream today. I am in the middle of editing team reviews, so for anybody in the chat that did get pinged in the actually on Monday, saying that your team was reviewed and is going to be in the next YouTube video, that should be out after the stream today, and then depending on how fast I do that, we'll stream some KNB later as well. Spencer says, not gonna lie, when I opened the game today, the screen scared the crap out of me. Apparently that happened to a lot of people. So no team reviews today? No, so the live stream team reviews only happen on Tuesdays. The Wednesday stream, if I am doing Haikyu, it's gonna be on the new event / new character. Otherwise, it's typically gonna be probably KNB, because the thing is, so every other Wednesday, it's gonna be a new event either in KNB or in Haikyu. So depending on what's happening that day is what I'll guarantee to be streaming. So for example, today's Kuroo, and then next Wednesday for KNB, we don't know if it's confirmed yet. I'm assuming it's gonna be either the SP Minarima or it's gonna be think it was. I hope it's not Kisei, but whatever happens next Wednesday, we'll be live for KNB for sure for that. And then we might play KNB a little bit later. So right now it's 12 o'clock my time, and then 2 hours from now it's gonna be 2, and then I'm gonna take probably like a 2 to 3 hour break from the stream, go edit my video, and then afterwards come back and potentially stream. So I'm thinking like 5 o'clock my time, Pacific. So this is what I'm thinking. It's not planned yet, it's not confirmed, but that's potentially on the cards today. Is Kuroo SR2 worth it as free to play? So I was an M.dot stream, so typically what I do for these streams is I do like to go in blind, but because M.dot actually started streaming before me, I wanted to be in his chat, so I was there. So I saw some stuff, and his SR2 I don't actually remember. I remember his SR4 is to do with serving. So I don't think for the free-to-play or the general player that the SR4 is necessary. But we'll read his SR2 as we log in here. So let's see what's going on. So yeah, while I had the stream on in the background, I was editing, so I wasn't really focused on this stuff. So as you can see, we have the academic advisor wearing number 910. I don't know if they're trying to represent Kageyama and Hinata here, or his weight. I don't know. But there is that, and then there is the SP Kuroo Fireworks Festival character. So we'll get into that in a second here. So first we have the news update. So the SP Kuroo debuts. He's going to be here for 2 weeks. His memory as well. There is the rerun. Okay, so it is confirmed that we're going straight into the rerun of SPs. SP Hinata is going to be coming out next Wednesday. So for the people who missed Hinata the first time, he will be available. So there was a couple teams that I was reviewing live on yesterday, as well as last week, where people were trying to make teams using the Kenma, Kuroo, Tsukishima, and Hinata, like four, whatever you want to call it, the four of them that all have bonds with each other. So if you did want to do that, it looks like it's going to be available on the 8th of April. So with that being said, if I quickly go into our Discord, which again is linked in the description down below for people who haven't joined, I will bring up this graphic. So it looks like this, if we look at the right hand side here on the column. So the left hand side is going to be the new SP characters that comes out, and then the right hand side is going to be the rebanner situation. So we weren't sure about this. This was just purely based off URs are done, therefore SPs are next. So it looks like this is going to be the case. So expect Kenma potentially April 22nd, Ishinoya May 6th, Sugawara the 20th, Bokuto in June with Akashi. So that's going to be fun. So if you don't pick up Kuroo today, expect to get him in either August or earlier. That's why I say that's what I say with all of these kind of banner timeline predictions is, yes, for example, the Oikawa is slated to come May 13th, but just in case they release him early, expected 1 week earlier, or maybe a couple weeks early, depending on the situation. So maybe don't take the dates too much into account, but take the order, because so far this was always here. The dates have changed, but this was always here, and the order has been correct. Same thing with the rebanner situation, and now it looks like with the SP rebanners, it's correct as well. So for anybody who was thinking about doing maybe Tsukishima again, expect him to be back in July. That's fun. Let's see what the chat's saying. Is KNB skilled? It is, especially with blocking and rebounding. That's more timing based, so that's user input. And then for shooting, there is a lot of RNG involved, but for you to get open shots, that's more skill, right? Let's see. He is glitched. You can't see his skill and everything. It's in Japanese. Oh, really? Should I try for Kenma if I get Kuroo? That would be pretty strong because their duo bond, again, we'll get into it later, but it's a guaranteed critical spike. So for people who, I know you can only technically do it once per game, but anybody doing club contest, you can get an easy, it would probably be like 500,000 points from that, depending on how you build them. There's timing as well for K and B. Well, I'll let you know, Flames. I was practicing with my Midorima last night, or yeah, it was my Midorima. I was practicing with him last night, just in the random training session, and I held down the shoot button after doing a dribble move 10 times without doing timing. I scored 8 out of 10 times, and then when I did it with timing, I scored, I think it was 7 or yeah, I think it was 7 out of 10. So technically, I made more by just holding down the button all the way. So I don't know if there is actually timing. When is Cry coming? That would be, I believe it's in July. It's either July or August. Oikawa, Iwaizumi, and Ushiwaka not until May. I've literally been saving since Nishinoya. Well, then you're gonna have an easy time getting them. Kian says I got Kuro. Let's go. I have nothing left, but who should I pair with him SSR wise? The only pair ups you can do really with Kuro are the SP Kenma and the SP Tsukishima, but because he's block and receive, if you have a block or receive team, that helps with maybe increasing his block stat or maybe critical blocks or critical spikes, something like that. My pity for Kuro is 48. Well, that means you have a good chance of getting him. Hello to Luca. How you doing? Oh, that's the same guy who said his pity's at 48. Let's see. Will you do team reviews today? No, that's only Tuesdays live. How many gems can a free-to-play get in a month? I think it's around... Oh, shoot. I don't remember the exact number. It's changed now. They should just add a shooting meter, make more easy and make sense. The RNG can be if you hit green, but your mid or 3-point isn't good. It affects your shooting percentage. Or it affects your ability to green a shot. How does SP pity work? And essentially, it's... yeah, people have different pities because if, for example, 140... is the starting point, and if I do a 20 pull on the Tsukishima event and then that's it, then my pity will be 120 heading into the Kuro one. But somebody who does 70 pulls on Tsukishima's SP event, their pity will be down to 70, and then that carries over to their Kuro banner, which is 70. So it does vary depending on when you pulled and if you pulled an SP beforehand, because if you do pull an SP, it resets to 140. Ricardo says, yo, should I go for SP Kuroo or SP Oikawa? My setter right now is SSR Akashi. That's a tough one. I think the SP Oikawa is well, actually no, it is definitely an upgrade over the SSR Akashi, but it's not like you need to do that. I think maybe that just depends on if you're gonna get Iwaizumi, Ushijima, maybe other SP power players. Then I'd probably go for Oikawa. But if your team needs like a really solid blocker, then Kuro is probably the best kind of individual blocker just to pick up if you need it. Crisp says, I got SR2 Kuro, gonna SR4 on the rerun. Is SR2 just one more Kuro dupe? No, it's 2. So it's basically, your original Kuro, you do his training because that unlocks 1, and then you need to pull 2 more after that. I plan on getting SP Iwaizumi and then going for Ushijima because I'm going for Hirugami later on. Then I'd probably get Oikawa at that point, but it does make it harder to get Iwaizumi and Ushijima because of that, so just keep that in mind. Alright, so then we have the Advisor's Mandate event, so this is going on for only a week. Then there's a Get Lucky for Kuro, and then there's a monthly pass gift event. I'm interested to see what that means. I know there should be a new monthly pass. As you can see, we got ticks there, which is all good and dandy. So yeah, to get lucky again, if you do want to put yourself in the draw, you can get a potentially a free Kuro. well, I wouldn't say free Kuro. It's definitely not free, but you can get a Kuro player, or you can get a chance at a boost card. It looks like, oh, a monthly pass activation, so you get it for free. The again, not for free. You get the monthly pass, and then this one's just diamonds and stuff and tickets. Just letting people know, if you haven't done it already, there is a new gift code. It's the all one word, advisor, I believe. So that's 3 SP tickets there if you're lacking the resources. My LD player just went off. So there is a new pass? Yes. There is a new pass. Is there anything new in the pass though? It looks pretty similar to the other one from the looks of things. Yeah. So again, if you do get the premium one, you do get the opportunity at this one. Yes, at level 25 to get a legendary memory for free. So that'd be nice for what's his name? For Aaron potentially. So Triple Clash season ranking rewards. So because I finished 548, I get this. That's fun. For the fireworks event, I was 2,694, and I still was able to get this stuff. That's just because my team was good enough to get those points. There's my fragments from the club. A promise is a promise. Hi everyone, you did it. Because you successfully reached our icon mission target, I am officially keeping my promise. Please claim my exclusive portrait as your reward. Best regards, Academic Advisor. Well, there you go. And then this is Peak Challenge. So that is that. Let me claim all of this stuff real quick. And then for the volleyball pass, it says I'm level 20. I don't know if that's... Oh, it didn't reset. I'm an idiot. It definitely did not reset. For some reason, I think I saw like the 1 here and the 0 here, and I thought it was like level 1. I'm a dummy. Let's see. What is better, Atsumu no Samu or Ushijima no Oikawa? That's a good question. I'd probably say Ushijima and Oikawa, but the twins are really good as well. So now looking at his event, so we have the check-in as per usual. Again, I don't think there's anything different here. And then for the store, there is the chibi icon as well, and nothing new here. For the chain pack, again, same situation as before. You get the first 2 for free, and then if you want to keep going, you can. Let's see, it's pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. I'm assuming that this one's going to be either critical receives by middle blocker or critical blocks for the every 5th stage. So if we go into the events now, we have the check-in, so let me do that. We have the advisor's mandate, so what is this? So 2 UR tickets, 20,000 XP, and 2 cheer recruit tickets. It's a textbook. Is that the same per day? So this one you only get 1 UR ticket. This one you get 2 memories and another set of cheer recruits. 3 cheer recruits. So it looks like you can pull the cheer squad now, so that'll probably be in the store. My throat is so messed up. Monthly pass gift, sure. Let's see. Okay, all this is pretty much the same. So that's the new events on the left-hand side. Yeah, so now let's get into the new SP Kuroo. That's the wrong button. Did that say disguising block or disgusting block? Is this a PC game only or mobile too? It is. It's actually on mobile. I'm just using an emulator on PC. Shua says critical block. Okay, sounds good. Let's see. Is SP Kuroo's memory good for middle blockers? I have no SP memories. We will take a look. Are you gonna summon for Kuroo? No. I did some calculation. I'm guaranteed to get EY and Ushijima only. Problem is I risk not getting Ushijima on the Bree banner because, like I said, I want Hirugami. I see. I still think probably Oikawa and EY is better value than a single Kuroo. Ushi and Oikawa give a 15% boost to the general set stat, so it's good. As a free-to-play, should I get Kuroo dupes? I'll read a skill res 2 and I'll make that decision. I got Kuroo, but I don't know if I should go receive or block Demon. Who is the next block SP player besides Date Tech? It should be, yeah, the Tendo, I believe. Shout out to Diego Lynch for the sub on YouTube. Can you show us your team after the Kuroo? Well, my team's not going to change, but will there be a Wing Spiker or opposite block type coming? No, I don't think so. Let me check again. So we have the next block character is going to be Kanji, the Date Tech setter, and then after that it is going to be Tendo. Then after Tendo it's Korai and Hirugami, and then after that it's Lev. Do tickets stay? Yes. What's the next SP you're gonna pull? Probably Korai. Korai and Hirugami. So yeah, let's take a look at the player. Apparently he's glitched out or something. Maybe it got fixed. Need the SP Yamaguchi to be announced for JP soon or I'll lose it. Why did they not do that with the freaking trumpet thing? Literally it's making Hinata a block. You could make a SP Yamaguchi. Kunmi after Kuroo? Yes, we're saying the next block type player. So I suppose you're gonna spare to get loads of dupes for both. If I have the resources to do it, then I will, but if not, then it's not the end of the world. Alright, so as you guys may or may not know, he is a receive / block character. As you can see, his top 2 stats are block and receive. He does have a decent serve as well because his skill res 4 actually does have to do with serving. So he has deployment bond with Kenma. So when Kenma and Kuroo are on the court, they can cast a quick spike skill, brain and control power. So just power, brain and control tower. So just like the SSR and the UR, they can do that. And then he has another deployment bond, deployment bond. Get it right. So your team's player have increased base stats at the start of each at the end of each round. Opposing front row players gain the enraged debuff, and players who already have the enraged debuff gain the enhanced enraged debuff. So for those of you who missed the Tsukishima stream, we did go over his character and he capitalizes on the opponent having debuffs. So this is really good. So his first skill is Commander. While Kuroo is on the court, players in the same row gain 20% Spirit. So I believe Spirit is the equivalency of Strength, which is good because if you're in the front row, that increases your stat for blocks, and if you're in the back row, it'll be for receives. When he touches the ball, your side's next action of the same type gains power equal to 40% of the acting player's corresponding stat. So for him, it'll either be... Actually, does it count for serves as well? Because if that counts for serves, that's literally anything in the game, right? Because that could be serve, it could be technically a set if that happens, but there's block, there's receive, and there's also spike. That's really good. If the contact is acritical, applies enrage to one random opposing player to reduce their power / quick by 10%. So a really good passive ability, to be honest. The Phantom receive, so he performs a receive with 140% of his receive stat. If this receive is critical, its power increases by an additional 20% of Kuroo's receive stat. So it looks like you want to build probably reflex to activate those critical plays. Next up, we have Flawless Player. So when Kuroo touches the ball, his reflex and spirit increase. Reflex increases by 50% of each other player's reflex in the same row, up to 100%, and spirit increases by 50% of each other player's spirit in the same row as well. That's really good. So yeah, if you have a libero in the back row with this Kuroo, his reflex and spirit are going to be way up there. So that's nice. When Kuroo is in the front row, your player's attack technique increased by 14%, and his block power increased by 45% of his block stats. So it definitely looks like you do want to build Tsukishima to be the attack version. That way, when he's in the front row and Kuroo is also in the front row with him, you can actually kind of combo that. So that's nice. Actually, technically, it says your player's attack technique, so it doesn't actually need the Tsukishima in the front row. So even the people in the back row who can spike, they can also get that boost as well. When Kuroo's in the back row, your player's defensive technique increased by 40% instead. Okay, so there's the either or situation. That's nice. And then his ultimate is Disgusting Block. Kuroo performs a block with 280% of his block stat. If this block result is not perfect, but does not lose points, your side's next receive will not lose points. So if this block result is perfect but does not lose points, is that due to the opponent? I'm assuming. If this block result is perfect, your side's basic stats increase by 15%, lasting for 8 net crossings. So again, pretty good for club contest, because typically you'll have one middle blocker in the front row. For me, it's Hirugami or Ione, depending on the situation. But then what will happen is every time there's a block kill, because a lot of times in club contests that block kills happen and you can't control it. Therefore, you know, at the very least, if this does happen, then your players like Aaron, like Bokuto, whatever, they get an increase by 15%. So it's kind of like a safety net. It's like an upside to the block kills that do happen in club contest. Yo, we got Arthur in the chat. What's going on? Who's the best SP setter? Probably Oikawa. I don't know. The SP Kenma version 2 looks really good. There is that. When will the SP Kenma rebanner happen? Potentially April 22nd, I believe, is the date. Whatever 2 weeks is from the 8th. So yeah, I think that is the 22nd. Is SSR Kenma better or Akashi? I have my Akashi level 60, but I just pulled SSR Kenma 2. In my opinion, I'd say Akashi's better. I lost my school bond with SP Kuroo. It depends. If your team rating is around like 100,000, or like, you know, probably 80,000 or above, I think school bond is probably not crazy. M. Dot just finished his stream right now, so he's gonna be on his way to his new house. I'm absolutely not pulling. I'm not pulling. I don't even know if I can do another half an hour on the stream, if I'm being totally honest. My throat is being weird. My eyes are heavy. I don't know if I can make it through another hour and a half. No, mine is like 50k. I will say though, if you do have the Kuroo maxed out, like at level 80 and stuff like that, I still think it's worth it without the school bond. But that is, it's something you have to decide. Alright, so going into skill resonance. So a lot of people are asking me about SR2. So when he touches the ball, your side's next spiker, his power or quick attack stat increased by 20% of Kuroo's block stats up to 1600. When the spiker is in the back row, attack technique increased by 20%. So is that separate? Yes, that looks like it's separate. So it doesn't need him to touch the ball, I don't think. I think this is kind of happening as a passive, potentially. Oh no, sorry, it does need to happen, my bad. When the spiker is in the back row, my bad. So yeah, so it's like a part 1, part 2 situation going on here. So you might want to have like your stronger player in the back row when Kuroo maybe goes for a block, and then that way you can get the touch, and then you can get the boost based off of it. His skill res 4 is the serve one. So when Kuroo serves, your side's player's power / quick increased by 40%, and your side's back row player's receive stat It increases by 30% for 1 round. So that's 1 point. Because I think 1 set is 1 game. So it's decent. It's decent. Oh, I guess in club contests you technically don't lose points. So if this is one of those things that happens over and over and over again, it's still pretty good. Kuroo's defense technique increases by 15%, and when in the back row, defense technique additionally increases by 15% as well. Honestly, I like the SR2 better here. SR4 definitely has its upside, for sure, but the SR2 here also provides that buff. And it's only when he touches the ball. This one is only when he serves. So, is it worth it for free to play? If you can do it, great. But again, you have to pull 3 in total. So I don't know if that's really worth it. It's one of those things where maybe if you're struggling in a club contest, you might want to consider it. But again, you could also save those diamonds to improve your overall team later down the line. But in my opinion, if I was to go for a skill resonance, it would be 2. I don't think 4 is really worth it for me to do it. But still a very good overall character. Again, as you can see, it didn't really link too much in terms of him doing stuff with the SP Tsukishima, other than it looks like the deployable bond. So there is that. But it looks like because he provides so much boost to your team in general, like depending on what row he's in, if he touches the ball, etc., etc., it looks like he just kind of fits into everybody's team. So with that being said, if you're somebody who is really lacking at the middle blocker position, the next one to come out is going to be the SP Tendo, and that's going to be in like 3 months, 2 months, something like that. So if you really need one and you're not worried too much about the bonds around him, I'd say definitely pick up Kuroo. He does seem to be worth it. Let's see what the chat is saying. Arthur's here. What's going on? Tendo is July 1st. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry, I was thinking of for some reason he was what's it called, in May. That's the start of the Oikawa one, and then end of June, July is going to be Tendo. He's still broken for me? Maybe reset the game? I don't know. Should I keep spinning for Kageyama or spin for Kuroo? Depends on your team. How long would you have to wait until you can get an SR6 as a free-to-play player? A very long time. Probably, if I'm being totally honest, I would say you would have to pull the character originally. Maybe if you get lucky, you pull a second one. But then you would have to wait for the rebanner and literally pull nothing else. So it's really hard. When do the twins come out? So that would be in July. Should I go for the twins to go for a quick attack team SP versions? Yeah. I mean, why not? If you don't have the UR Kageyama, for example. SR6 is like 700 pulls. I was going to say it might be potentially 2 rebanners because it is a lot. Alrighty, so let's get into his memory first. So let's go to prize info and right here. So his memory is going to be block and receive, of course, because that's his top 2 stats. So this statistically wise could be good for somebody like Hinata. Just throwing it out there. Increase the equipper's block stat by 12% when the equipper performs a block or receive. If any opponent player has a debuff, the equipper's defense technique increases by 20%, lasting for 4 net crossings. So again, I believe he applies the debuff only via the bond with Tsukishima. I don't think he does it during his skills. Oh no, he does. He does. Apologies. If the contact is a critical, applies Enrage. So if you do build him enough with, I believe it's Reflex? Whichever one triggers critical plays more. You combo that with this because I believe if we get the full translation for the bond here, I believe that Spike with Kenma is a guaranteed critical. So this is the UR and the SSR one. As you can see, it doesn't say that. But if I go to this one, this spike is guaranteed to be a critical. Your side's player attack. So your side's player's attack technique increases by 10%. So you'll get even though if you don't have the SSR Tsukishima, you can still get the guaranteed debuff by using this attack comboed with his passive. Let's see. I guess we can take a look at the other bonds, right? So he has Tokyo Camp training partners. So as you can see, Bokuto, Akashi, Tsukishima, and Kuro, all their SP versions. If for whatever reason you have all 4, then you get a boost to either block or receive or set, depending on the character. And then this is the one with Tsukishima. So it says your side's players' base stats increase by 10%. At the end of each round, opposing front row players do gain the Enrage debuff, reducing their power/quick by 10% for 8 net crossings. When opposing players gain the Enrage, if they already have Enrage, the player gains the Enhanced Enrage, which reduces it by 20%. And then the Enhanced Enrage debuff cannot be removed, so they are just stuck with it for the 8 net crossings. So they can't remove it via other means. He probably has more bonds, but I don't want to go through all of them right now. But with the memory, right, you combo that with the Kenma skill, you combo that with the passive. If you do have Tsukishima, you combo it with that. So then you're going to be getting defense technique increase pretty often. So is it good for all middle blockers? If you can get debuffs going, then yes. But if not, I'd say the main thing you'd be looking for is the block stat increase plus the this first sentence. So I would say it's probably not as universal as his character is for teams, but it's still, you can find use of it in certain cases. So now we have a cheer recruit, limited cheer recruit. So it's the Karasuno cheer squad only, it looks like. As the only legendary cheer squad, you can get purple ones. Cheer item, you can get fragments of each character plus the cheer XP. Guaranteed legendary cheer character within 20 pulls. And then if you do the 20 pulls, you also get the advisor's mandate frame. So how much is one ticket? Oh, you can't even buy them. Oh, so you have to get them through the event only. That's fun. So I might as well just wait for the 5 tickets before I start spinning. So that is pretty much the review for Kuroo. Like I said, with my diamond count, I think 123. I technically could pick one up. But for the people wondering... that's player, whoops. For the people out there wondering what my team looks like, it looks like this. And it's like, where does he go? Do I take out Kurai at that point? But then my libero then comes in for Sakuza at the second point of the game? I'm not sure. It just doesn't make too much sense to me. That's why I'm picking up the SP Kurai down the line. And potentially the SP Hirugami, I might replace the Hinata at that point. So, as you can see, I do have the UR Kuroo and the SSR Tsukishima on the bench here. So it's like, I kind of have them. But it's not like... It's just not necessary in my opinion. And that, with that being the case, it's like, if it's not necessary, I'm not going to be putting more money into this game. So I might as well just hold on to my tickets and stuff for characters that actually do make sense. What's the chat saying? Oh, I have way too much eggplants now. Whoops. Damn, that's a lot of debuffs. Yep. I did reset and he's still broken? Oh, that's weird. So, get Kuroo instead of SSR Tendo while I'm waiting for the SP Tendo? Yeah. If you don't have any other SP middle blockers, then at that point he'll become the second one, and then with him being the second one, you can then actually move him to the back row because he does have use there. Yeah, so that's pretty much the review done. I know these streams are kind of anticlimactic now with the fact of me not being able to pull every single character now, but we're still gonna do my dailies. We'll probably do a club contest run, so you will see some gameplay. I know it is the 1st of April, so it's the start of a new month, which means the start of a new season, which technically means I can actually get through this a lot faster. Let's see. So there is a match streak as well, so we can do that later. For peak challenge, it should be quick wins pretty much all the way for the next like 4 days. So we're just gonna do that because I'd much rather do this than, you know, maximize my points, because it doesn't really matter if I'm being totally honest. So while I'm doing this, if you guys want to put any questions in the chat for me, or you guys want to have a conversation with amongst yourselves, you can do that. But we're pretty much just going to be doing this. I do need to upload my team review video, but depending on how I'm feeling, we might do an early transition to KNB. I don't know. It's not in the title or thumbnail, so I would have probably to end the stream to make a new kind of title and thumbnail. I don't know yet. But I'm not gonna lie, my body is telling me to go to sleep right now, but we move. Let's see. So we have the Nekoma player trial next. Let's see. 4 schools at 65. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll get past that one. 4 schools at 70. So we can't do that one because we have to wait for the Karasuno one. God, how many of these are there? 400. We got a ways to go still. So triple clash is done, specialty trial is done, peak is done. We still have to do joint, we still have to do match streak. We can do practice matches for probably XP still. I don't think I need potentials that badly right now, so we'll do that. And then let's do the gym as I check the chat. Do you have SP Kuroo? No. I sent how it looks like in the Haikyu Fly High channel. What the heck is this? You guys see this? So he's got the SP Kuroo on the screen. All the stats are correct. His overall stat here, though, is incorrect. I think he's supposed to be 1100 or something like that. His skills, there's one that's locked. There's nothing here. Apparently he gets 20% of something 4 times over. And then there's no image here. And then he's got a UR Hinata. So interesting glitch. Let's see, what potential would you do for Kuroo? Anything that builds reflex or block. His is pretty standard. I'd say either reflex and block or spirit and block. There's a lot of potentials that will have serve in their substats or their main stats. I would try to get it more in the substats because you can then get like things like defense technique. You can get block. You can get even receives not terrible. You can get those things in the main stat. Potentially strength if you're going to build him a little bit offensively with the Kenma attack. So that is also an option. Who am I pulling for next? The SP Kuroo. So I won't be pulling for a new character in a while. In a very long while. Let's get all this done. KNB is so fire. I wish I could get Miracle Kuroko. Yeah, you missed out. You missed out. He went out of the limited gacha last Wednesday. But I'm sure he'll either be put into the Generation of Miracles one, or he'll just be another event down the line. kind of like a re-banner situation, but we'll see. Because I do like the fact that the Uncrowned Kings are in the Generation Miracle banner already. Like, they didn't delay it, they didn't wait. Like, immediately after the Himaru event, or I wouldn't say event, the Himaru, shoot, what's it called? The Himaru Season Pass. Once that immediately ended and they put Tepe in instead, they put both of them into the Generation Miracle banner, which is awesome for people who can't get them via the paid pass. That's great, because a lot of people know that there's gonna be future Generation Miracle characters coming out down the line, so they're probably like, well, I don't want to use my tickets on the banner if I'm not going to use the characters anyways. But then with the Uncrowned Kings being there, it's like, oh, I can actually just do that instead. That's nice. So you won't pull for Kunimi in 2 weeks? No. I know that Kunimi is going to be popular with a lot of people, especially at SR2, I think it is, with the whole stamina reconsumption thing. If I'm being totally honest, I don't really struggle with it, but it does help, I guess, for club contests. So it's not like it's a net negative in any way. It's actually a net positive in multiple ways. But again, I'd rather save my tickets and diamonds and stuff, because there's Karai Hirugami that I'm going to pull for if I really want to, and I do have enough resources because I'm not spending on these banners, that I can maybe go for dupes of them. If not, then I can just, again, save my diamonds for maybe version 2 versions of these SP characters, because apparently every single SP version is going to get a version 2 at this point. So, we'll see. What game is this? This is a Haikyu Fly High. I got Zone Aomine first day, but I don't like him so much. I realize I'm more of a point guard type player who passes and shoots sometimes. Yeah, so if you're... Well, I'm assuming you had the free Generation of Miracle character from the event. So I'm hoping that you then got Akashi, because that's pretty much your playstyle. If you didn't pick up Akashi, at the very least you should have gotten Yukio from that as well. So he's a good character that passes. There is the Shun, so Shun Izuki from the Winter Cup Assembly. So he should be somebody that you're looking at. There's Takao, there's Imayoshi. There's a lot of good point guards in the game. So right now, I guess for me, because I just recently got my Akashi to 100%, I'm now working on my shooting guards. So my Hyuga is now at 100%, but he's only at Awakening. Actually, he's not even at Awakening 1, I don't think. So I'm working on him. My Midorima, I've been focusing on the ability side of things to get his 3-pointer up. So it's now, it was at 178. Apparently that's low. So now it's at 190. Because I reworked my abilities and stuff. Defeated, that would be that. So there's that, and then my Himuro is at 45% talent, and he's using the same abilities as, I think, my Akashi, because there's like mid-range and steal, and then there's 3-pointers. But for him, you can either build him as a 3-point shooter or mid-range. I have him as mid-range right now, but I might change it to 3-pointer later, or I might do half and half. I always get this one wrong. Every single time, I always get that one wrong. Yeah, I did get Akashi. Let's go. Let's go. My Aaron Max is only spiking for 200k. Why? Because you're not getting critical spikes. So I'll get into it in a second here. That would be... Yes. Is Aaron the best SSR? At the wing spiker position, if I'm being totally honest, like, Aaron is the best SSR for club contest. He's the best character for club contest, if we're being totally honest. But at the wing spiker position, I honestly, for newer accounts especially, I would prefer what's it called, Tanaka and Iwaizumi, because with Aaron, you need him to recover stamina, and he doesn't do that enough at one dupe. But with Tanaka and Iwaizumi, they're a little bit more reliable. I'd honestly take Goshiki over him because he consumes 60% of his stamina whenever he does his ultimate. Or is it just when he spikes, actually? It might be that. So there's a lot of work to do. I think Aaron maxed out though is the best SSR wing spiker for sure though, but that's later. that takes a lot for a new account or free to play. Why is Zone Aomine trash? Because you're not using him right. You do have to talent him though to get a certain skills to make him really useful. So the shots that you have off rip is okay, but you want to get his zone drive, because if you use his zone drive when when an opponent's right in front of you, it's a guaranteed ankle breaker. So you do get an open shot typically, unless somebody rotates and helps. But then at that point, somebody else is open, so you just pass out of it. Or if you're like me and you just spam the shit out of it and hope that they get their ankles broken, then you just press the pass button and he just throws it into the net, which is so much fun. It's so satisfying when you get it off. We got Path of Honor stuff. Okay, so let me finish the challenge stuff first. So we will do, I did do specialty trial, right? Yeah, I did. We will do, let's do the joint competition right now, because it's probably gonna take the longest. So let's auto deploy. The regular Aomine seems so much better. The regular Aomine has a deeper bag than the zone one. But if you do the zone one, if you learn the zone one, because there's less inputs and there's less combos, I'd still say it's, I can't really say it's harder to guard, but it's one of those things where you can be really dominant because he's hard to time still. But I will say though, if you did pick up the regular Aomine and you're like, oh, should I upgrade to the zone one? I would wait for the last game one. Because from what I've seen in the last game one, is he plays like literally Kyrie Irving. Like, I don't know if you guys like watch basketball like that, but you guys know Kobe Bryant's like, or at the very least if you play 2K, you know Kobe Bryant has that one move where he puts the ball between his legs and he's dribbling backwards. The zone Aomine, sorry, the last game Aomine has that, and then when you're going towards the net, he does like Euro steps, and then you can put it into a layup, you can continue the dribble, like it looks like he's traveling almost, but it's crazy. Please give me your luck to get SP Kuroo. I think you came to the wrong channel. You should go to MDOT and ask him for some luck. Is SP Kuroo the best middle blocker? I think he's the safest in terms of you can just put him in any team. I couldn't really get into the Kuroko's game. That's fine. If it's not for you, it's not for you. So SSR Kashi bond is only with Yorbokuto, not SP. That is correct. But the SSR Kashi skills-wise still works with the SP1. After I click the X, my screen is his recruit menu and all blurry and I can't do anything. What the heck is going on with your game, dude? Yo, I got SP Tsukishima. Let's go. Are you pulling Kuroo? But would you at least give me your luck because you got good luck? I don't. Okay. Here's my good luck. There you go. I just passed it to you. I don't even have a mythical style? What do you mean by that? Do we have an idea of when UR Karai is coming? Let's check the timeline. So I would say honestly, they'd probably want to get through definitely these 4. They'd probably want to do these 4 before another UR rebanner. So I'd say maybe expect it in June, but again, this is just me guessing. There's no stats behind it. I'm just thinking from their perspective what I would do. I would want to get through the Hinata, Kenma, Nishinoya, Sugawara first, and then maybe... I think it just depends on the like stats they have, like who pulled for what. Whenever that kind of dips down, which would be kind of in this area with Ione, Bokuto, and Akashi, they might do URs, or they might do like UR select or something like that. I don't know. I got him in only 4 spins. Really? That's hilarious. Poor guy somehow gonna pull Kuroo after his pity after he gave your luck to him. Nah, he got him in 40 pulls. What the hell was that? I don't know whose luck I gave to you, but it wasn't mine. I don't even have a mythical, like a player, like the red one, URs. Arthur says, I don't understand why my Aaron only spikes for around 200 even on crit. I'm using Kageyama, Nishinoya, SP with the memory. Kuroo in front for block bonus. And Daichi with his memory, but it still doesn't work. I only get around 3 million total points. So is your Aaron like skill res 4, 3, 2, 5, 1? What's the deal with that Aaron? Because for the most part, the buffs and the boosts that you give to him is from other characters as well, but I'm just curious. So he's maxed out. Is that with his memory, or are you using a different memory on him? So it is his memory. You said you're using SP Nishinoya with the memory. Is that the Shinji? The purple one? No. Okay, well that will help. So especially if you have it at rank 5, like promotion 5, because it's a purple memory, which it should be in theory easy to pull. Even at rank 1, it's 22%. So because your liberos received typically in club contests won't be bad, so it'll either be normal or perfect. And with that being the case, your next spike power increased by 22%. So there's that. There's a boost there. The Daichi memory, that one doesn't pop as often, but again, it does still contribute. Are you doing, so with your team, are you doing any stamina replenishment? Because your attack technique does stack, I believe it is, with the memory every time he uses a certain amount of stamina. So as long as you're going up and down with his stamina. So looking at your team, I don't know if there is a Kita there. I don't know if there's a SP Sugawara there. I don't know if there's a Yamamoto there. So you might want to consider that. What's the best libero memory? I think in general, probably the Komori one. But if we're talking about club contests, it's definitely the Awa Josai liberos. If we're talking about easy to pick up memories, potentially, there is the libero memory in the shop for the match streak one. Even though I probably wouldn't recommend that. That's more like a failsafe. What URs will be coming after Kageyama? That's a great question. We have no idea. They're going to be doing SP rebanners starting next Wednesday. So how many people do we have in the chat? We got 32 people on YouTube. We got 8 on Twitch. We got 10 on TikTok. So that is a cool 50 people in the stream. So if you haven't left a like, please feel free to do so. It will help me with the algorithm on YouTube. On TikTok as well, if you want to leave a like on the stream, your name will appear on the list. If you do like as, you know, as much as those people. And if you haven't already, please feel free to follow or share this stream, the videos, or the channel with a friend if you think they'll like it as well. And subscribe if you haven't already done so. As you can see, For the people on YouTube, we're at 2280 out of 3000 for the goal, as well as 230 out of 300 for the Twitch follow goal as well. And then for the people on TikTok, I think we're close to 5700 now. So if you guys haven't followed already, please feel free to do so. I'm gonna try to do KNB specific TikToks that aren't just like clips. I do have some ideas and plans in the future, so with the response I've been getting from the KNB videos, I definitely need to put more out there in terms of not live content. So if you guys are interested in anything in particular that you want me to cover or do a video on, please feel free to let me know, because I'm open to ideas. Zeblots also has the same problem with Kuroo with the translation. Interesting. Where should I put SP Kuroo on my team? Oh, excuse me. I think generally, if you have him at skill res 4, for sure you want him probably in the back row. If you have him at skill res 2 or below, I'd say probably the front row. But I'd actually have him, you know, like how I usually say you want your middle blocker at slot 1, 2, 3, 4, that he's in the front row for the longest. I'd actually consider putting him at either 5 or 6. That way he rotates in the back and he does take advantage of his serve stat, but then he does also provide the buff to the people in the back row because he's in the back row. And then also he gives attack technique boost to the people in the front row, I believe is how it's worded. And now Rojo will say, April Fools, we are getting Kuroo and making team reviews. I don't have the patience or the strength to do any sort of April Fool's situation right now. I'm gonna put him at 5. Yeah, so experiment. Put him at 5, put him at 6, put him at 1, put him everywhere. See what works. I have a screenshot from Haikyu. So far he's right for the timeline banner. I think it's just the rebanners that's a question at this point. It's just the rebanners plus the release dates, if they're gonna speed anybody up, like they did with the what was it? It was the Ione that came out early. Yeah, I think it was Ione that came out early. So if they do anything like that, it's just gonna be the date that changes. But I believe the order of the SPs is gonna stay. And then yeah, for the UR rebanners, whether they just straight up do it or they give us a different way of getting URs faster, because at this point it is the rarity in the game, because there's a new SP every 2 weeks. Now there's gonna be a new SP every week. Well, not a new one, but like, you know what I mean, there's gonna be a new SP banner every week, starting with the SP rebanner of Hinata. And so it's like, what happens with URs now? We have the SSR select recruit, so people who want to pick up any SSRs can do that pretty safely. Especially with the SSR tickets that they do give out, you should be able to get one probably every 2 to 3 weeks. I have the Beach Trio and just got Kuroo. I'm going to go for the Winter Sports Duo now to go for a block specialty, but later on I'll be removing my Beach Trio for the Jazz Trio. But my question is, what would be a good character in the team since I'm missing one? So you have currently Beach Trio plus Kuroo, that's 4. You have your Libero, which is 5, and then you have 2 more spots. So I don't know what the team's looking like. How do I get the UR Kageyama fast? Honestly, you just need to play the game, and you need a little bit of luck, because the more you play the game, the more diamonds you'll accumulate, and then from that you will then be able to purchase more tickets and get the Kageyama that way. But I will say that you should try to maximize your shoot, what am I trying to say? You should maximize your team and each event so that you can progress higher, and if you progress higher, you'll get access to more rewards, especially the extreme training. Get as high up the ladder as you can, That way you can get, I think you do get diamonds every time you clear a stage. So that's really nice. I believe somebody named, like, it was like Neymar de Fiona or something like that. Whoever that was, shout out to you for the follow on Twitch. Should I put Tsukishima on my team? Yeah, I guess, yeah, it does kind of depend. Because again, you probably want Tsukishima to be the offensive version of himself. And then with the offensive version of himself, you'd want the Kuroo debuffs on top of that. Because that would be a good combo. Alrighty, so we have cleared all of the joint competition. So we will pick these two up. Collect 30 legendary coaches. So actually, before I move on, I do want to try to upgrade a coach. Because right now I have Ukai, who is decent, but I can definitely do better. Shout out to It's Just Carl for the sub on YouTube. So let's dismantle everything below gold, as we usually do. This one, what does he have? So that's good, that's good, that's okay, and that's okay as well. So I guess we'll keep him. I do want to get a better version of this coach though, so what I will do is I'm going to do every one of these to level 3, and then if there's a good positional advantage, we will then continue it to level 6. So first up, when performing receive or set, increase basic stats by 5%, lasting for 2 net crossings. So liberos do receive and set. That's good. So we'll go to 6. Middle blocker. When block result is bad, increase your size back row players receive by 20% of the receive stat. That's good. Hold on a second. We might be onto something here. I don't have enough. I don't have enough to continue. But that's a really good start. I think that's the best start I've ever had. Do I just, you know what? I'm dismantling this one at this point. I have to see this through. I have to see this through. No! Ah! Increases power / quick for the libero. It's okay, it still could be salvageable. It still could be salvageable if the other two are good. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. It was looking so good. It was looking so good. I'll probably still keep this coach for a club contest. But that sucks. That does suck. Okay, so let's go to the fireworks side of things now. We can, so it's probably gonna ask for middle blocker criticals, or critical blocks I should say, so I think my original team should be good enough. Is this also a mobile game? Yes, it is. I've not been playing much since coaches were added. I really need to go focus on that some more, I'm assuming you mean. Yeah, so the coaches provide such a buff. I think my team without the coach is like 180,000, 185, 187, something like that. But with the coach, it's up to 203,000. Crazy. I feel like I should put Osamu somewhere in the front row. That would make sense because I think he does boost his attack technique with the ability he has, and then plus with Kuroo as well, he would boost attack technique. So I do see it. I do see it. Oh, excluding one character because of your libero. So because you do want to be a block type team and you already have the Kamameta duo in mind, I wouldn't really worry about the leftover character being a block type player. So with that being the case, you have Bokuto for receives, you have Ione and Kuroo for blocks, and who's the other character you have? So Kuroo is blocked. So Kuroo's for receives as well. So Kuroo and Bokuto for receives. You have Bokuto for attacks. So anybody who provides good offense, if we're being totally honest. So in the meantime, for new SP characters, I don't know. I feel like you'd want to get Iwaizumi with Oikawa, so maybe not. You'd probably... I don't know how good the Kunimi actually is on offense, but that I guess could be an option. If we're talking SSR slash URs, there's obviously Sakuza and Kurai. But if I'm being totally honest, I don't know. I think maybe you just stick it out for now, and then try to get a better offensive version of a character. So maybe like a SP Tanaka slash Yamamoto. But if we're talking about in the meantime, I don't really see another character being like a great fit for your team unless it's Kurai or Sakuza. Eziotis is Ace 5 now. Me and Gamer all have been running games since the last game we played, and I went up to Ace now. Ah, I see. Putting Suki at 6, is that a good decision? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably not. Wouldn't you want Suki at 4? Kuro at either 5 or 6. And then... I guess... Yeah, it depends. I think you want Tsukishima in the top right corner, whether that's the front row or the back row. You probably want Kuro in the bottom left corner, whether that's front row or back row. And then your Osamu probably can get away with being in the back row to start, and then maybe he rotates into the front. So something like here, maybe, and then he rotates into the front. Yeah, I was playing KNB last night with M.Dot, and then after stream ended, I played a couple solo games by myself, just trying out like Hyuga and Minarima, all these like shooting guards that I have, and I think I went 1 in 3 or something like that. But there was one game where I was just not making any shots. It was terrible shot selection. But I kind of understand how to play with those characters now, though. The problem is when you're solo queuing and you're going up against uncrowned kings and stuff like that, that it's difficult to practice in a ranked match, because if you do a normal match, after a minute of matchmaking, it just puts you with bots, which is not realistic. But yeah, I think in terms of pulling characters for KNB now, I'm just waiting for Kisei to come out. Now I know because there is last game version of characters, I realistically should wait for the last game version of like Kisei and you know, Kagami and you know, whoever else, right? But I don't know, I think the Kisei is probably still worth it, but it's one of those ones where it's like you could just wait for the last one at that point because you're getting closer to the last game characters, so I don't know. Akashi or Kageyama? If it's the SSR Akashi, I'd say Kageyama. If it's the SP one, I'd say Akashi. Don't know why the ping has gone up so much. I had like 90 to 98, now I have 120 to 129 all the time. I think it's due to the fact that more people are playing the game, like people are finding out about the game, and therefore it's adding more users to the server, which makes the ping worse, is my assumption. Because yes, I was also averaging, I would say like 80 was my average, and then if I was really good it would be 30. It's still 30 if it's really good, but then sometimes it'll be 90 or 100 and 100 plus, and it gives you the yellow bars, which means their connection is not as good. And also with the ping, it really matters because it messes up your timing for rebounds and blocks. Is putting practice Hinata good on the team? At this point, I don't know. You would have to have the practice Kageyama to really get any sort of use out of him. So is that the Kageyama you're talking about then? You're debating between the two SSRs? I think it's probably worth it still to put the SSR Akashi and then make a team without the Hinata, in my opinion. So with the store, like I always say, prioritize the tickets first, so get the SP and the memory ones first, and then depending on your account, you might need training manuals or whatever. So make it a little bit more specific afterwards. Have I done everything? So Triple Clash is done, Joints done, Specialties done, Peaks done. I haven't done Match Streak. Match Streak's the one. What time is it? It's 1:16. Yeah, we can do the Match Streak, and then we'll do maybe 1 or 2 runs of Club Contest. Just to help people out who don't know what to do. So Akashi SSR, in my opinion, yeah. Green to yellow is a massive difference, yeah. I think, yeah, even still, like, if my ping is, like, somewhere around 90 to 100, it's still serviceable compared to my 80 ping gameplays. But the 105s and above are noticeable in difference. Man, I'm not gonna lie, my eyes, holy dude. I don't know why. Because I went to sleep at a normal time last night. And then I woke up at 10-ish. Maybe 9:30. Like, I don't know. Is my body is tired. I'll probably go get an energy drink or something. I started playing a few days ago and my team is Kageyama, Hinata, Nishinoya, Lev, Kenma, Tsukishima, SSRs, and I'm 40 from pity on Kuroo. Should I continue to summon for Kuroo or wait for the new SP Hinata rebanner? So there is I think it's actually the first team in my upcoming YouTube video. They also have the SSR Tsukishima and Lev. If I'm being totally honest, you can get by, especially for a new account that started a few days ago, you can definitely get by with those two as your middle blockers. And then plus down the line, there is the Tendo, there is the Hirugami, there is the SP Lev. So there's a lot of options down the line. Whereas the Hinata is such a unique character because technically he is a middle blocker, but he can receive, he can hit really hard as well. He's almost like an opposite hitter. So I would probably say Hinata. If you can pick up the UR Kageyama, that is also... I don't know which Kageyama you have. I'm assuming they're all the SSR versions of the characters. But if you can pick up the UR Kageyama and you have the SSR Hinata right now, I'd say then you can do Kuroo. Because the Kageyama UR with the SSR Hinata is a really strong duo still. So you don't necessarily need the SP one at that point. And in my opinion, the UR and SSR bond is better than the UR and the SP bond. So again, it depends on your situation there. But I would say for sure you can get one or the two depending on your team situation. So I guess I can speak about, future stuff on the channel, potentially. So for YouTube, I'm thinking of making a club contest guide. So even though my score is only 8.2 million, and you know, you got people like MG3 getting 30 million, you got M.Dot getting 15 million, it's along the right lines. It's just my own version of it. So I'm thinking of making a YouTube video talking about that. So yeah, the thing is with Haikyu content, it's really hard when you're not doing polls to make content. You could do like player builds, but I'd probably leave that for shorts / TikToks. In terms of YouTube videos for Haikyu, yeah, it's really just like, even like this one, for example, like I could do an SP Kuroo YouTube video, but because I'm not pulling him, that takes away a huge chunk of the video. So I don't know, it's not really worth it in my opinion. But I will say that like I can do player builds, club contest guide, I do have a free-to-play guide on the channel. It's still pretty relevant. I still get people commenting, telling me that it is a relevant video. So I think I probably wouldn't do an updated version of that, because I did see that Haikyu made an updated version, which makes sense though, because there is like this chatter is on the YouTube chat. There's a lot of people that are playing the game like now, and so they're finding, you know, our videos and stuff, and probably want maybe a more updated version. So I'm considering it, but I'm not 100% sure. And there was one other thing I forgot. I was gonna say something, I forgot. That's annoying. But for K and B, I'm thinking of maybe making a block guide video. There's a lot of TikToks. I'm thinking of making like again, like player builds, kind of like with Haikyu's potentials. You have the abilities in K and B, because I've uploaded 2 TikToks so far, and they've both done really well. One was pulling the Zone Aomine, and the other one was the clip of me using the Zone Aomine and just like kind of dribbling around left and right. Those 2 did really well, and I get a lot of comments all the time, you know, what's your build on Kagami, what's your build on Aomine, etc, etc. So I'll probably, at least the characters that I'm using that are relevant, I'll probably make a TikTok. It'll be like 30 seconds for each character, being like, these are the abilities in the blue slots, the orange slots, the green slots, these are the traits, and then these are the boosts that I get from it, you know, that kind of thing. Just quick kind of clips that people might find useful. And yeah, so it's really hard for me to get in-game clips unless I download the stream that's like usually between 4 to 7 hours, and then try to find a 30-second clip. It's kind of difficult. But if there's anybody out there on Twitch that wants to make clips for me on K and B that are like around 30 seconds long, that'd be great during the streams, because then I can just download those clips and then upload it myself to TikTok. So just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. All right, so we got 2 more here. But the Haikyu content is something I'd have to get more creative with, and I haven't had the time to sit down and kind of figure that out. Since I'm a low spender and will spend if it's a great deal or something of value, and I'm going for a block team, do you suggest I go for some dupes on SPs? If so, which? For the Kuroo, I'd say SR2 is worth it. For Ione, which is already passed technically, but I think it was SR2 over SR4 as well. The Tsukishima, I can't remember what his was. I think it was something to do with the debuffs as well. So maybe SR2 for him. And then for the future characters, I haven't looked at their abilities and skill resonances yet. So I can't say for certain which characters would be good other than the Kunimi. But the Kunimi is one of those ones where it's not for a block type team specifically, it's for just any team. Where I believe at SR2, when he's on the bench, he helps with stamina reconsumption. Or sorry, stamina replenishment, is what I should say. Will you play Kuroko's today? Probably. Well, I won't do it in this stream for sure, so I'm going to be ending this stream in about half an hour. And then maybe after a couple hours, I might schedule a new stream. Depending on if I can edit and upload my team review video in time, or if I just don't have stuff going on. Because technically I did have stuff going on later, but those plans got cancelled. So I could do a later stream, but again, there's a couple other circumstances that need to be passed or met for me to stream later today. But I do want to play more, just in general, so I'll probably be playing off stream for sure. I just don't know when. I got SP Kuroo's memory in 110 spin. Kind of remind me of your Hinata memory, dude. That was peak. That was peak times, man. December 2025. Man, the Christmas Day, I think it was, or Christmas Eve, I think it was. Pulling that Hinata first 10 pull, 1 out of 100. It wasn't even first 10. It was 1 out of 100, and I got the Hinata memory. That was crazy. And then yeah, after that, like, I didn't expect the game to kind of like the viewership to kind of drop down that much. But ever since the release of Bokuto and the Beats Trio, the support and the views have kind of actually come back. So hopefully with the Kuroo and Tsukishima release as well, people are still tuning in. I think definitely after this though, with it being Kunumi, Kanji, I think there's maybe one more in there, and then Oikawa is gonna come. So then the viewership should return essentially. But if we take a look at the viewership now, you know, we had, well, we peaked at 40 on YouTube on a live stream. We had 8 on Twitch at one point, so it's still pretty good, to be honest. I want the festival plus Tendo, but I'm not spending more money on this game since we have K and B. Facts. It's just more, there's more value because you're playing K and B, so it's like if I do, you know, potentially spend money, I'll be able to actually perform, not better, but I'll be able to perform more things, which might make me better. You know what I mean? Whereas in this game, if you do it, it's like, that's great. You have a higher number team, a higher rated team, you have a higher rated character. That's true. When I can spend on KNB, I'm leaving Haikyu in a flash. Exactly. That's why I'm free to play on this. M. Dot actually said in the stream last night, he's like, he definitely hasn't spent more on KNB than Haikyu, but he said that I being me, he said that I've spent more on KNB than I have in the entire Haikyu cycle, and I've been playing since day one. So from last July till March, and then from this 3 weeks of March, I've spent more in this 3 weeks than I have in the July to March time period. So yeah, honestly, I'm watching content on the game at this moment, at the moment, more than playing it. That's totally understandable. I'm still gonna be playing it because there is still people out there who do, you know, only watch my Haikyu content. There's people out there who have no idea about KNB. Maybe they don't even like the gameplay, or they don't even like the fact they just don't like the game at all. So that's why I'm still doing the Haikyu stuff. If the Haikyu viewership for whatever reason went from like me averaging like 1,500 views on a team review all the way down to like 200, or like maybe even less than 500, I would rather allocate my time on the KNB stuff, because my Aomine videos at like 8,500, my free-to-play videos at like 6,000. So it's like, evidently there's still, like, there's viewers there that I would rather invest my time in there. But because there's viewers still here, I'd rather not just throw it away, you know what I mean? And I'm still enjoying it, so that's the main thing. I think I like KNB because you actually play a character and control them, and not just have it autoplay and just watch. Yeah, and even when you're in the game as well, you're just choosing, you know, 1 out of 6 buttons to then perform an action that isn't even guaranteed to work. And you can see the patterns, you can see what's going to happen before you even click the button. So it's like, it's so not rewarding at that point. What is this? Random? Okay, we can use that. Whereas in K and B, you control the character, you can mess up. You know what I mean? You can, you know, you can get the ball stolen from you from a mistake, and people can get mad at you and stuff like that. So it's like, there's the real human element to it, which is what makes it so much fun. I'm waiting for Zoe and Akashi, even if he isn't coming out. I just have a feeling he is. He has an SP version, which is I think is the one you're referring to, but he also has a last game version as well. You also get to just endlessly play the game since you're actually playing just like you would any other PvP game, and you improve your actual skill. Oh yeah, that's a huge point that I always forget to mention. I did in the beginning. There's no stamina feature in that game. So people like Flames, who plays 500 games a day, doesn't have to worry about, you know, consuming 15 stamina to play the next game or anything like that. You can play all the offline modes as much as you can, right? Get as many rewards. And the good thing about their objectives as well is it says, you know, play X amount of ranked / normal games. So if you're somebody who's like, oh man, I don't want to play ranked right now, it's too competitive, I want to, you know, a little bit more of an enjoyable experience, you can just hop into normal games and complete your objectives that way. Now there are some that are specific to ranked, but that's, you know, that's its own thing that you can do if you want to, but you don't have to, which is, there's the beauty in that. I don't even know. 44 in the chat says, hello, I got SP Kuroo. Congratulations, congratulations. Wait, is this game tough? I love the show. I wouldn't say the game's tough, if I'm being totally honest. It's decent, I'll say that. But, okay, so we have finished everything here. That's good. We have done everything here, which is good. So I will do, what time is it? It's 1:32. Yeah, I think I'll just do club contest for the rest of the stream. My boy Dingleberry, of course, he equipped the advisor. So we'll do some club contest runs. So for the people wondering how I set up for a club contest, it's currently like this. So I mean, I explain this all the time, but there's some people that forget, or I don't know, new people are here. So basically, first thing is you get the lineup specialty because you get a 15% bonus if you are at an advantage. So as you can see, power here is weak to block, so you make your team a block type team. So that's step one. Step two is try to get a team bond of any type. So as you can see, we have Karasuno here, so that's step two. Step three is now the individual characters. So I like to start with the Libero. So your Libero themselves can be pretty much anybody, if I'm being totally honest. If you do have a power team and you're doing club contest, I would say the SSR Nishinoya still works because he boosts power attacks. But the one thing that should be universal is the memory. As you can see, I don't have Nishinoya's memory on him. I have Shinji's instead, because it says when equippers receive result is not bad, increase your side's next power spike or quick spike by 44%. So that's because I'm at rank 5 for the Ascension. If you're at rank 1, it'll say 22%, which is still really good. So that is that for the Libero. For your starting lineup, again, so you want the team bond / the team specialty. So right now I have Kageyama serving. But there's... That could be anybody, you know, depending on the team, right? If you need a, I don't know, a Kenma for a Kenma team bond, or Nekoma team bond is what I meant. You could have that as well. But the main strategy revolves around Eren. So you want Eren at skill res 2 ideally. I have him at skill res 5. I was just building him over time, using all of my selectors on him. And the idea here is to consume a lot of stamina, replenish a lot of stamina, consume a lot of stamina, replenish a lot of stamina, and try to get him as many critical spikes as possible. And to do that, you need high awareness. So high awareness, for me, comes via the Akashi, the SP one. So it's this ability, which basically says when his set is critical, your side's next spiking player's awareness increased by 50%. If it's a power spike, it's another 50%, so it's 100% essentially. And so you want to build awareness on your Akashi. You want to build your strength on Eren, because when you do a critical spike, your spike score gets multiplied by your strength. So right now my strength, I believe, is at 50-ish. You can check in the screen here. It is 62. So my strength is 62. My awareness is only, technically 8.2. Now, the reason being is because awareness will trigger your own critical plays, offensive plays, regardless of the set. But because we're getting awareness boosts pretty much handed to us by Akashi, we want to focus our views on strength first. Because you can just spam his ultimate over and over again. And then for stamina replenishment, he does do it by himself. So it is at the end of each turn, he consumes all stacks of the second wind buff, and he restores stamina himself. But right now I have the Sugawara, so his cuts everybody's stamina at 50% at match start, and then for 4 rounds he regains an additional 15 stamina. Now the reason why I'm doing the cut is because he does get a boost. So Aaron will get a basic stat increase of 1% multiplied by the 6 stamina lost. And so that is that. The other guys are just here for the school bond slash team lineup. Hirugami, though, however, his passive ability, if he consumes 4 stacks, I believe, or when he has it. So your side's block trigger different effects when a movable block reaches the stack. So he doesn't need to consume 4 stacks, he just needs 4 stacks. And it increases your side's next spike power by 15%. So that's always good. So that's why you should keep him in. And then last but not least, we have Tanaka. Ideally, you want to have a skill res 4. When scoring with Super Inner Cross, which is his ultimate, he gives a buff to your player's side. They gain 40% power attack. Specifically, can be triggered 1 time per set. So 1 time per set means 1 game, essentially. So with Club Contest being 1 full game, this 40% boost will happen for the rest of the game. And then on the bench, another character is Daichi. You just need his memory. So you could technically have any opposite hitter, and you can put the Daichi memory on them. But pretty much what it does is, for a certain amount of stamina lost, they get a boost to, I believe it's attack technique. So while he's on the court, your side's power type players receive 1 stack of grit. For every 20 stamina consumed, each stack increases its power spike of their power attack stat by 10%. Sorry, by 2% for 10 stacks. And then that repeats. I think that part repeats. So there is that. And then for in terms of substitution, so we start the game like this. And then ideally you want to score with Tanaka first. And then after you score Tanaka, the subs I make are Bokuto at the serve position. I bring in Akashi for Kuroo. And then I bring in Aaron for Tanaka. And then Nishinoya is going to be here. And then after the 4th round, we're going to take Sugawara out for Daichi. So this is what the final lineup kind of looks like when I'm out there. And then when you're in Team Morale Awakening, you want to set the ball from Akashi to Bokuto, because not only does Akashi have his boost that he gives to Bokuto, his ultimate is really strong. So they typically average anywhere from not average. The spike power ranges for me from anywhere as low as 800k to as high as 1.2 million. So that's why you want to get to Team Morale Awakening kind of fast. I do have the Ione as well, because when he performs a block skill, the Team Morale increases by 15. So you do typically get an extra Bokuto Team Morale Awakening if you continue to block with him. But I found that overall points wise, though, I think Hirugami helps more. I don't know, I still have to experiment, but I got 8.2 million with this team. So we are going to do another run right now. Let me reset the squad. And we're going to get into a game. Alright, so on TikTok, let's see. Is SP Kenma a good setter? I'm trying to build around him. He's really good, especially if you have Kuroo or Hinata. When it comes to mobile games, I just prefer building it. I should have. Yeah, I'll reset. When it comes to mobile games, I prefer building a team building focus game like Haikyu and Dokkan. That's fair. I run Yamamoto for stamina gain. That is also a good option. So there's Yamamoto, there's Kita at skill res, I think 4. They got SPs in K and B. Yeah, so there's like an SP Midorima and an SP Akashi. I used to wail on Naruto Blazin and then Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross, and now it's going to be K and B. 2 people can play the same exact character with same exact build and be leagues above. Yeah, and one of them can be leagues above. Yeah, exactly. If Haikyu had PvP like 3v3, it would slap. Literally, Street Rivals, it's like, it's Street Ball, right? You could make a 3v3 Haikyu version of this game like beach volleyball. I gotta hop off KNB until you guys get on now. I need 7 games to get to Hall of Fame. I can't be bothered. Oh no. Flames be grinding. So you waiting on Rojo's Midorima to get rebounds? Exactly. That's the only thing he's good for. Rebounds and blocks. What does the thing in checkups mean? I don't know what you mean. Checkups? So in terms of the gameplay, I try to do the serve obviously to not the bad side. So the bad side is going to be the very right. So we're going to go down the middle to the libero, and we're going to try to make it bad every time. Now there's going to be a lot of resets here, just letting you know. So that one messed up because we need the first point to be scored by Tanaka. I think it would be better to keep Sugawara on the field. His serve gives 10% basic stats and his berry gives 15% power attack. The only thing is though, so I would like to do that, but the problem is I don't have any other way other than the Akashi set to then give my spikers critical hits. And with that being the case, that's a difference of 300,000 per hit, like on average, which is not... It's not worth it for some basic stats. Oh, that's good. So that should be a score. Okay, so we score with Tanaka. We use his ultimate. Now we're going to go Aaron, we're going to go Bokuto, and we're going to go Akashi. And then we have 1 sub left. We're going to take out Sugawara at 0.4. So we're going to keep him moving here. Is there a new code? Yes, it's the advisor, all one word. I don't think it needs to be caps, but I did all caps. And you get 3 SP tickets. Yeah, the Awakening 6 Murasaki Bara for tip-offs, like, I don't think I've lost one. The ball's coming over here. We're gonna hope it doesn't go to Sugawara, as it does. As it does. So at that point, we have to hope for an Aaron critical spike himself, which, again, my awareness is only built at 5%, which is not ideal. This low-key is, it kind of feels like a run that's already screwed, but we'll keep it going. We'll keep it going since we got the setup. I have not been sending it to the libero. That's my bad. And Hirugami is a god. Send it back. Oh my god. Well, this run is cooked, but... it is what it is. Please send it back. Thank you. So hopefully this goes to Akashi, not Sugawara, and that Sugawara, this is... it's... So luckily, Bokuto got it himself, right? He got the critical spike himself. It could have been much more though. It was covered there, but Aaron got 700,000 on his spike because it was a critical set by Akashi. But the Bokuto one, luckily for us, he was able to do it by himself. But you can get a lot more if it was Akashi, for example. Oh, I'm an idiot. I forgot to sub him out. That's why. Personally, I've been experimenting with Sugawara / Oikawa serve with Aaron. My highest last week was 22.8. Wow. Well, maybe I should. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Bro, can you stop? Oh my god. Deku's back home. We had 4 hours of train, my lord. I'm doing alright. A little bit tired. So the thing is with club contests as well, you do have to get a little bit lucky with the you have to get a little bit lucky with the ball bouncing back towards you. Like if you can get multiple spikes in one rally, that'd be really good, as we're getting it here. But again, I'm only at 4.6 million and we only have a minute 45 left. So it doesn't look likely I'm gonna get a high score here. But even in that run, the 8.2 million, like I had a lot of block kills, so I don't know. I don't know. Like, it happens so often. But if I do get a spike here, Bokuto, I have a potential to hit 6 million. So at least there's that. But his stamina is running low. If your stamina runs too low, though, they can't actually cast their ultimate. So you need to be aware of that. So this might be set by Nishinoya because it's received by Daichi. I'm going to be kind of mad if it is. Okay, nice. There you go. We got 1.1 million from that spike. Bro, there's no way. There's no way. Yo, forget Hyuga. He say a problem at the 3-point line? No, he's not. It's not that bad. It depends on like the build. But for the most part, if Kisei is just spamming threes, then you know they have a 3-point build on him, and then you can just like cover that and let the center cover the block. It's just you have to be a little bit more adaptable with your team. So I got 6.3 million, which is okay. What time is this? 1:48? We can do one more. Go check the login. Oh, I forgot to. What was the question? Like, are you talking about the textbook ones? Please score. Alright, one take. Let's go. Let's do our subs again. Yo, Juju, what's going on? What's going on? I don't think I've ever seen a Kisei make a contested 3. Like, if he's wide open, he'll make them. But contested one, I'm not so sure. There you go. We got Akashi set. Oh, it's not critical. Oh my god. It's funny. The likelihood of my Akashi set not being critical is actually less than it being critical. So that's crazy. Oh, I blocked with the wrong guy. Doesn't matter. I was right on bro and he still made that one. That's tough. That is tough. Yeah, me and M-Dot were playing against a Midorima. Sorry, not a Midorima. We were playing against a Kisei yesterday and he copied my sidestep. And he was freaking making them all. I was like, what the heck? Oh my god, a critical set. But as you can see there, like the critical set from Sugawara didn't guarantee the critical spike. Which is why I'm like, he needs to get the hell off the court. Yeah, he made more sidestep threes with the Kisei than I did with Midorima. It was crazy. Save it. Oh my god. That would be a top 10 embarrassing KNV moment. Well, it happened. Not would be. It happened. Are you? I got a friggin' service ace with a bad serve. Yeah, I think the only thing that's wrong with my strategy is the this part, like getting to it. But once I do get to it, it's actually really good. What potential do you use for your Akashi? I use oh my god, like I use 4-piece of awareness enhancement, and I use 2-piece of, I think it's precise set or something like that. Bro, this run is cooked as well. What are we doing? I haven't done a single Aaron spike yet. Holy. Oh my. Holy shit, dude. If they just made the AI, the club contest characters like higher rating, this would be so much easier, man. Oh my god. People would be scoring like 50 million easy. Look at this shit, dude. Oh my god. There you go. Okay, there's 600k right there. I max awakening base Kuroko. Let's go. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, that Kuroko's so annoying because every time I think I'm open, I'm not. Because he then just appears out of nowhere and steals the ball or contests. Having a lot of fun here. If this doesn't get through. They literally had a perfect spike. Oh my god. Oh my god. RNGesus. The RNGesus. There's another 1.1 million. So you see the difference, right? If Sugawara sets it and Bokuto gets a critical spike, it's 800k. If Akashi does it, it's 1.1 million. So the difference usually is 300,000. Okay. What the? Okay. I'm done with club contest for this week, if I'm being totally honest. I don't want to do this shit ever again. Now, I will say as well, just to give you guys a little bit of a heads up, that typically, though, you'd probably... so it depends on the week. You would want basically the best time to do club contest for the Aaron strat would be the weeks that the lineup specialty for the opponent is received, because it says here, when team lineup specialty counters each other, the countering team gains a power boost to all actions. So that is actually, sorry, no, apologies, that's club contest. I meant specialty trial. The specialty trial, it's a similar setup as club contest. So as you can see, this week I got 11 million in specialty trial. It's because here, the weekly buff, when your side's lineup specialty counters the opponent's, increase the power of all actions by 30% of the corresponding action stat. So anything to do with blocking for this week, but if it's power, you'll see a big increase because obviously Aaron's power. Somebody wanted to see the Akashi potentials. So right now we have, sorry, it's 4-piece setter dump and 2-piece awareness enhancement. That's what it is. You could technically do 4-piece awareness enhancement to really get that boost of awareness. The only issue with that is that what's it called? You're taking away from this, plus you don't, as a setter, don't usually get the, or you don't get to attack, right? Quick attack, whatever. But you could do the other way around if you wanted to. But as you can see with Akashi's stats here, so his awareness is 45%. So that's without, that doesn't consider memories. That doesn't consider the potential conditions that are yet to be met. There's a bunch of other stuff that goes into it. Like that's purely just the potential stats, the substats and the main stats, plus your build on him. Like his, or yeah, his like kit, essentially. Hello, I'm new to this game and want to ask for the best early recruiting strat. What do I chase? For SSRs, I would go for Tanaka for the wing spectre position. For setters, I would go for the SSR version of Akashi. For middle blockers, you get the Tsukishima for free, I think, still. If not, there is Ione, there is Lev. For opposite hitters, I would go for Kiyotani from Alba Josai if you can't get the UR Ushijima like a lot of people couldn't early in the game. For Libero, if you're a power team, I would go for the SSR Nishinoya, or I would go for the SSR Yaku if you're a quick attack team. And that's pretty much it. Pretty much it. Okay, log in. What are we talking about here? This one? We're talking about this one? This one. So what's the issue here? What are we confused about? Because all it is you just log in and you claim rewards depending on the day. The characters. So the characters, that's their actual birthdays. So the author of the manga actually lists their birthdays. And so for the more relevant characters, when it is their birthday, you actually do get, they give us like a bit more of rewards. So on the regular days, they pretty much just give you like XP and like gold and like little stuff. Now, if you do check in for a total of X amount of days, you will get more rewards on the side here. But let's see if I still have the email. I called it an email. It's just a mail. It doesn't look like I have it still, actually. This is ranking, freedom, ranking. So basically what will happen is you'll get a mail here and it'll say, oh, it's Kurai's birthday. Here's an SP ticket, for example. Here's 150 diamonds or something like that. So you get a little bit more of a reward when it's their birthday. But that's pretty much it. Wow, I just got my peak challenge to daily ranking. All right. But that's pretty much it. It's nothing too crazy. Alrighty, so the time is 2. It is 2 o'clock. So I'm going to be ending stream. My throat is not having a good time right now. But we might be back later for KNB. If you aren't joined in the Discord, the link is in the description down below for the people on YouTube. For the people on TikTok, it's in my bio. But when you click the link in my bio, you are going to have to export it to your local browser, whether that's Safari or Google, depending on what platform you're on. And then join the Discord because the integrated TikTok browser doesn't work apparently. So I will be notifying people if you do have the live stream tag, if you have the live stream content thing selected when you are doing the onboarding process. I will send out a notification if I am going live in about 3 to 4 hours from now for Kuroko's basketball. But do expect a YouTube video to be released in the next couple of hours here, as I am editing the team reviews. And if you want to be a part of the team review series, again, you join the Discord, you click the Haikyu section during the onboarding process, and you get access to all the channels, and then you can post your team for a team review in the team review forum that we have there. There is also the general chat. I guess I should actually just pull it up. There is the general chat here for Haikyu specifically. As you can see in the pinned messages, we do have a timeline kind of guide here. I would say take the dates with a grain of salt. If anything, expect, if there is going to be a change, for it to be earlier. So expect potentially Ushijima to come out on June 3rd rather than the 10th, depending on, you know, if they decide to release characters early, because they did that with Ione. So that kind of changed the timeline anyways. But in terms of the order should be correct. So there is that. On the right hand side here, we do have the rebanners. So we do know that the Hinata is coming out now on the 8th. So this is correct. Now whether or not this stays correct is going to be up to the devs. But yeah, this is the forum. So you kind of put your title here. You put your image of your team. You know, example, rate my team out of 10. What should I do next? Stuff like that. There is also a Kuroko's version of the Haikyu stuff as well. If you click that during the onboarding process as well, if you guys want to join in on the chat for that as well. Take a nap, King. Need a refresh row for the rank grind. I don't know. We'll see. Alrighty, so that is gonna be it. Thank you guys for being here. I will see ya in the next one. Peace.